One of the hostages in captivity is Omri Miran. He was abducted from kibbutz Nachal Oz in front of his family. His wife Lishay and two little girls, Ronnie and Alma, have been waiting for more than 16 months now for his return. And so now we're joined by Omri Miran's wife, Lishay Lavi. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Such difficult days right now. Some new information, though, coming through from some of the freed hostages. Reports of a sign of life for Omri from 7 months ago. Obviously, huge sensitivity around updates like this. Is there anything you are comfortable or willing to share? What can you tell us?
We don't have a lot of information. We know that he was alive in July, and he was okay. In this circumcision, it's not really okay, but how he can be okay. But we don't know anything else, and we don't know what's happened after. And I always say that I feel Omri, he's my he's my soulmate, and I feel him, and I know he's alive. We don't have any other things or something to think about him. And I hope he survive, and he's going to come back as soon. Because, like you say, we have two young daughters. Ronnie, right now, she's 3.5 years old, and Alma, she's almost 2 years old. And they're waiting for their father. And they need their father.
One cannot imagine. And of course, Ronnie actually saw her dad being abducted. Just horrific to think of that. How is she doing? What does she ask about him? What does she understand?
Ronnie understands a lot. Like you say, Ronnie saw this. We was together, all the family together, like 3 hours hostage by Hamas in the house. And after this, they took Omri. Ronnie was, Ronnie was on his arms all these hours, and he was taken from her. So she know that the bad people took him. She know that he's in Gaza. The first he thought that he go to a treatment because Omri is a shiatsu healer. And after a few days, she told us that Daddy goes to a trip. But after 1 or 2 weeks, she told me, Mommy, I think Daddy got lost. And eventually I understand that we need to tell her that Daddy, he got lost, but he's in Gaza, and a lot of people and our soldiers search for him, and he's going to come back. And since then, she say every night to Omri, good night, and she told him a lot of things. She don't know what's happened right now, of course, because she's too little, and Alma also. But they know that Mommy and their grandfather, Danny, and all the family, we fight and we ask for help, and we ask that Omri come back to him.
Just devastating to think these young girls waiting like this, and you having to explain this to them. I've seen some of your writing. You write so beautifully about your family. One certainly hopes that things will be more clear very soon. And when you hear about these latest developments, when you hear about Benjamin Netanyahu, Donald Trump, all putting pressure on Hamas for all the hostages to be freed as soon as possible, how does that make you feel? What is your sense of getting closer to seeing Omri again?
Every second in these few days, it's really, really tough. I don't think I thought it's going to be so tough. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say. I just want that Daddy Omri going to come back home And I really hope that there is a lot of things that all of us don't hear, and they do a lot of discussion and of course stuff to bring them all home, and not just as a slogan. We are waiting more than 16 months, almost 500th day, for our lovers to come back to us. We don't know a lot of things about them. We know that they are not eat a lot. We know they don't drink. We know that they are in the tunnel. We saw just in this Saturday how Ohad and Ali come back. It's photos that we thought that we never see again. We always say, the Jewish people always say never again, but never again, unfortunately, happened right now, near to us. And it's tough. This is what I can say. But I always said, always, that I have all this time a hope. And I know that Omri is going to come back alive and on his legs, like we saw him before almost 500th day. And he's going to come back. And I just want to say thank you for the President Trump, and thank you for all the person here in Israel that do this deal. And I really hope that it's going to continue, and we're going to see all the hostages home really, really in a few days, or close.
Certainly the whole nation hoping and waiting. And I know the Nachal Oz community has been rallying in support and fighting for Omri and Sachi Idan as well. Your message right now to decision makers: some big decisions are being made, some big demands and ultimatums are being made as well. If you could give a message to the people deciding on what happens next, what would you say?
I want to say that I know that it's really, really difficult for all of us. But they are alive over there, and they have to come back home. And they have to come back home, not just for us, not just for them. They have to come back home because we have children, and we need them here to heal and to recover from October 7. My two daughters, they are still a hostage, here in Israel, but they're still in this day. They're still in October 7. Ronnie every day speak about the things that happened to us in October 7. And Alma ask every day when she's going to see her daddy, because she was just 6 months old. So she didn't really see their father. So we are still in this day, and they have to do everything that Omri is going to come back, and all the hostages, alive and not alive, have to come back, because we need to recover, because we need to rebuild ourselves. And that's it.